On Shefty's podcast, Cook talked about wanting to win a Super Bowl, which is different from getting paid as much as possible. And I've heard mixed things about what he's looking for. Would he take less to go to a high-end contender? A couple of weeks ago, I thought no. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, maybe yes. And maybe if he's not going to get $10 million, maybe he takes the best offer from a team that's a high-end contender and he tries to go chase a Super Bowl with that team. And that makes me wonder about whether or not the Bengals would swap out Joe Mixon for Dalvin Cook. What if Dalvin Cook would take 5 from the Bengals instead of the 10 plus that Mixon is due to make? What if he'd take 5 to play for a team that's in pretty good position to contend for a Super Bowl championship? The problem, though, is even if you sign with a contender, there's no guarantee you're going to win that Super Bowl. There's so many steps and so many games and so much uncertainty and so many factors that can influence how it's going to play out. You really can't stack the deck in your favor. You can try, and sometimes it works, like it did for Tom Brady a few years ago. But hell, the Bucs were the 5 seed that year. They had to do it the hard way. They had to thread needle after needle after needle. Their playoff wins against Washington weren't all that simple. And then the game against the Saints was a lost cause until it wasn't. And then the Packers, they built a big lead and had to hold on for dear life. So it's not easy. If Cook wants to win a Super Bowl, it is very difficult to go out there and say, I'm calling my shot. Here's the team I'm going to sign with, and everything's going to work out just fine, because we know that that's not how it works. But we'll see what he does. Training camp's open in several weeks. No reason to jump in now. He can sit back and wait for the right opportunity to come along. But along the way, this civil lawsuit that's out there, it could cause some to back off, to say, we just don't want this, even if he's in the right, even if he's been falsely accused, even if he prevails on everything. We just don't need this right now. We'd rather have a running back that doesn't have those issues. But that's part of the harm that was done to Dalvin Cook. If at the end of the day, this is a baseless, frivolous claim, and I hate that word frivolous, because, again, it gets thrown around by anybody who got sued, who should have been sued but just didn't want to be sued and would like to have the whole system rigged in their favor. But at the same time, if this was a weak, unsubstantiated, and or frivolous lawsuit against Dalvin Cook, he deserves the justice that he's trying to get, because it could potentially impact his earning potential if teams are shying away because of this off-field issue, even if he's ultimately in the right. And that's the other side of it too. I understand this obsession with PR and optics, but if you do your due diligence and you come to the conclusion the guy's in the right here, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Or if you feel like, we understand this, we've looked it through, we've read the court papers, we've talked to him. Yeah, I mean, ordinarily this is something that may make us skittish, but in this case, this isn't something that we should be nervous about. And it's fair to do that. Whatever conclusion you come to, at least go through the machinations. Look at the file, talk to the lawyers, talk to Cook, try to get some information, and come to your own conclusion as to whether, even though it is a potential distraction, it's not something you should be troubled by. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.